Sorry. There we go. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Cornell Transit Terminal. I'm Mayor Frank Scarpitti and the chair of the York Region Rapid Transit Corporation. And before I get to our speakers this morning, I just want to take the opportunity to also welcome other members of Regional Council. We have Deputy Mayor Don Hamilton, who's here. Welcome. Regional Councillor Joe Lee, who's here. Welcome. And Regional Councillor Jim Jones. And also the local councillor here in the City of Markham, who's very happy to see this project is almost complete, Andrew Keys, the Ward 5 councillor. Welcome. And I think I've got everybody with the masks. It's tough to tell. Oh, very good. I also want to welcome my colleague, who is a board member of the York Region Rapid Transit Corporation, and also Regional Councillor, Deputy Mayor from the City of Vaughan, Mario Ferry, who's also here. Mario, thank you very much for coming all the way out to the east end of Markham. He definitely gets the award this morning. Thank you. And a great member of the York Region Rapid Transit Board. Very pleased to be here this morning with the Honourable Halina Jasic, Minister responsible for Federal Economic Development Agency for Southern Ontario, and better known as our MP for Markham-Stouffville. Welcome, Minister Jasic. And also here with the Honourable Paul Calandra, Minister of Legislative Affairs, Minister of Long-Term Care. It's been a busy portfolio. And again, better known here in the City of Markham as the MPP for Markham-Stouffville. Thank you very much, Minister, for being here this morning. And I do send regrets from Chair Wayne Emerson, Chair and CEO of York Region. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it this morning, but certainly I know he would want me to thank everyone involved in this project, and I'll get a chance to certainly do that on his behalf a little later on. So our first speaker this morning is Minister Jasic, and I just, again, want to thank her for her incredible support of this project and certainly the City of Markham. And I remember, although it just seems like yesterday, when MP Halina Jasic was just newly elected, although she knew this area quite well as the former MPP, she insisted that I meet her on site in the Cornell community, because she really wanted to understand the future growth and the relationship to this community, to the amazing Rouge National Park that's just east of here, and get a sense of how this area was going to change. And certainly we're very proud of Cornell. It's a new urbanist community. It was a leader at its time for a community that put people and not cars first, that created wonderful spaces. But truly, this whole area from the hospital south to Highway 7 over the next several years will see higher density because of the transit and because of Highway 7 and because of the amenities that are in the area. And we actually stood on the rooftop of the Cornell parking lot to get a real parking garage to get a real sense of what was going to be happening in the area. That's the type of commitment that Minister Jasic brings to her role as MP for Markham-Stouffville, and we thank her for everything that she does up in Ottawa on our behalf. Please welcome Minister Halina Jasic.
Well, thank you so very much for that very kind introduction, Mayor Scarpitti, and it's great to be here in the heart of Markham and to see or be able to visualize what the future looks like. And just my first impressions of this facility are really wonderful. I've passed along so many times across Highway 7, up the 9th line, and I had no idea of the size of this And what an actually beautiful facility it is. So it's just wonderful to be here with you all. And so today I would like to begin by acknowledging we've gathered on the traditional territories of the Haudenosaunee, Huron-Wendat, Anishinaabe, Seneca, Chippewa, and the current treaty holders, Mississaugas of the Credit Peoples. And it's a pleasure to be here on behalf of the Honorable Dominique Leblanc, Minister of Intergovernmental Affairs, Infrastructure and Communities, for this important announcement benefiting the residents of Markham. Our government's focus remains on building a brighter future, a more prosperous and sustainable Canada for our children and grandchildren. Reliable infrastructure is a key component of healthy and strong communities, and that goes back to my days as Commissioner of Health Services here for York Region. We were talking about healthy communities way back then, Frank, you'll remember, in the 80s, the 90s. From roads and community centres to public transit and water and wastewater systems, we're making investments in infrastructure that make a real difference in the lives of Canadians. Qu'il s'agisse de routes, de centres communautaires, de transport en commun ou de systèmes d'approvisionnement en eau et de traitement des eaux usées, nos investissements sont des infrastructures qui font une différence réelle dans la vie des Canadiens. Our goal is to strengthen our economy and our communities and to provide new opportunities for our families, youth, and seniors that will enhance their quality of life. The Government of Canada has invested $85 million towards the regional municipality of York's bus rapid transit development, with a total contribution of $10.4 million supporting the construction of the Cornell Bus Terminal here in Markham. And so today is good news for our community. This new facility will serve as an important transit hub for residents to get around the region in more affordable, convenient, and safe ways. The Cornell Bus Terminal's attractive modern design provides weather-protected and heated waiting areas, welcoming pedestrian plazas under a beautiful wooden trellis, space for future retail, large planters, bike racks, and a passenger pickup and drop-off area. It will also act as an important social and economic hub, bringing many more people to the area, increasing business and investment in the community, and providing beautiful spaces for neighbours to engage with each other. This project characterizes the vision our government has set out to achieve. It helps to reduce traffic congestion and pollution, contributing to a cleaner and more resilient environment. It provides an efficient, fast, and affordable way for residents to travel and creates good jobs for Canadians. As we consider the needs of growing communities like ours, public transit investments bring lasting benefits. They help grow the economy, build strong communities, and provide direct benefits to residents. That's why last year our government announced an investment of $14.9 billion over 8 years and an additional $3 billion per year of permanent funding starting in 2026-27 for public transit projects. So as you can see, there's some long-range planning or longer-range planning going on in our government to benefit communities going forward. By helping residents get to their destinations more comfortably, helping workers and businesses with improved commutes, and reducing emissions to protect our environment, we are supporting important changes that will benefit communities across the country. Our government is focused on working collaboratively with our partners, like the Province of Ontario, the City of Markham, and the York Region Rapid Transit Corporation, to deliver on important infrastructure projects that support Canadians, just like the one we're celebrating today. Infrastructure investments support further economic growth and help us move to a cleaner, net zero future. Les investissements dans infrastructures soutiennent la croissance économique et nous aident à progresser vers un avenir plus propre et sans émissions de gaz à effet de serre. When we invest in infrastructure, we are creating stronger neighborhoods and improving the quality of life for everyone. Thank you, merci. And it is now my pleasure to welcome my colleague from the Government of Ontario, my good friend, Minister Paul Calandra, to the podium.
Thank you very much, Minister Jacek and Mr. Mayor. It is always A pleasure to be here in Markham to announce or to unveil what my two colleagues have already said is quite a beautiful spot. I didn't, like everybody else, you drive by it, but you don't realize just how big it is. You don't realize just how beautiful it is at the same time for a transit terminal. So look, we have been working together very well. I think all three levels of government have been working very well to bring about infrastructure, very important infrastructure throughout the province of Ontario. I think in a very real way, Mr. Mayor, Cornell was ahead of its time, frankly. When we look at the challenges that we're having across the province of Ontario now with respect to housing supply, Cornell offers us a very, very tangible solution going forward. And when you bring transit and infrastructure into a community like this, it makes communities more livable. And as they have both said, my colleagues have said, we're working together to really reignite Ontario's, not only Ontario's economy, but reignite our infrastructure, get building again. That is something that we're doing, whether it is here in Markham through this Cornell Bus Terminal, but it's also about subways for the first time that are coming into York Region that we are working together to build so that we can move millions and millions of people across the region so that we can attract investment. One of the things that we constantly hear, when we go out there and we're talking to businesses and you're talking about making sure the economy comes back after a pandemic, they tell us a number of things. Yes, you got to cut taxes. Yes, you got to get rid of red tape. You got to give us the climate where we can invest. But they also tell us we need livable communities. We need good health care. We need good schools. We need good colleges, good universities. We need apprenticeship programs that can work so that people can build these types of facilities and all of the other things that we want to bring to the province of Ontario. And they need transit and transportation. And when you have all of those elements, you attract people to invest in your province and in your country. And that is why we are working so closely with both of our partners to ensure that we get it done. And just a very big shout out to all of the workers who helped build this and all of the other things that we are asking you to do in a very, very short period of time. I don't recall another time, and Minister Jacek and Mayor Scarpitti can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I don't recall another time, certainly in my lifetime, when so much has been asked of the people who are working in our trades and in construction. We have asked you to go above and beyond over the last couple of years where everybody else was sheltering at home. You guys were out there continuing to build important infrastructure so that we could come out of a pandemic stronger than ever before. And now over the next 10 years, we're asking you to build like you have not done before. We're asking you to build in every part of the province, whether it's transit and transportation here, we need you to get it done. Whether it's building mines in Northern Ontario, we need you to get it done. Whether it's building the automotive sector of the future, we need your help to get it done. So thank you all very, very much. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Minister Jacek. We may have switched jobs, but I think you will find, I think I'm very safe in saying this. There is no other community in the province of Ontario, probably nationwide, where elected officials get along as well as we have, and no other community where we will do everything that we can to ensure that our community prospers and gets all of the advantages that we can bring to it, whether it's Minister Jacek or Mayor Scarpitti. So thank you all very much for everything you've done. This is a very exciting day, and appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Minister Calandra. And again, I just want to say thank you to you for the incredible advocacy that you continue to make at Queen's Park on our behalf. And I couldn't agree with you more. All three levels of government have been working very closely together to do things that are right for our community, that are right for the environment, that do create incredible communities, places of destination, and places where people want to live. And so I thank you both for your ongoing commitment and certainly for everything that you do on behalf of our community. It's Team Markham. This morning it's Team Cornell, right, Councillor Keys? Team Cornell. But I just want to say it's great to see the outcome of our collective efforts when we do work together. And I know we wear different hats, and I do just want to mention once again Regional Councillor Jones and Regional Councillor Jolie. They too are members of the York Region Rapid Transit Board, and I want to thank them for their ongoing commitment to rapid transit right across York Region, not just in Markham, and thank them for everything that they've done as well when you got family so close, it's hard to remember everything that everybody does, but they're great members of the York Region Rapid Transit Corporation. It is hard to believe that just a few years ago, we were standing here with a pile of dirt as we broke ground on this terminal. And it is because of the federal and provincial, York Region partnerships that we're celebrating this milestone today, near completion of the Cornell Bus Terminal. And really, it's an important day, certainly for the region. When you take a look, and I will reference some of the points that both ministers made, but when you take a look at this terminal, aside from the fact that we're delivering rapid transit in York Region, I think you just have to take a drive or a ride on one of the transit systems to really get a sense of how York Region, and in particular, York Region Rapid Transit Corporation, is delivering those transit projects that make them a part of the community. It really is outstanding, and I have to say, just when you see some of the other transit projects in the GTA, they're not sometimes viewed as part of the community, almost a barrier, and I want to talk about that. And truly, what is amazing is that this particular project really continues to transform this whole area. It's about connecting communities, creating the jobs that was referenced, reducing our carbon footprint, and truly the way that this terminal will connect to other transit systems. And I think it's very important to know that here at the Cornell Transit Terminal, people will be able to access the Viva Transit Service, the York Region Transit Service, the GO Service, and even Durham Transit, which will connect into this area. And when you think about the future of that high-frequency rail that will just be down the road, again, it will be an opportunity to connect this community to the rest of the country as well, to other parts of the country. I want to talk about some of the elements in this particular station as well. Minister Jacek referred to some of them, but just want to make a couple of quick references. The windows here, and what was really important about this terminal, I hope you really get this sense, that we didn't want to create a barrier for the community. We wanted to make sure that the community saw this as their transit terminal, that they in fact can walk through, participate, and it can be done in so many ways. But these structures will actually provide a window to the terminal and an opportunity in the future to animate that space so that we can, through natural landscaping and public art, it'll be an opportunity to celebrate the community and certainly celebrate milestones in the community. Just to the north, right north, is a public square. Again, an opportunity to hold events, to invite the community to use this space. It's not just about transit, it's about how we connect on all levels with the rest of the community. And it's 11 bays, 11 bus bays in this terminal with obviously state-of-the-art technology, letting people know not only the buses and routes that they're connecting to, but all other types of information. So connecting this community, again, to the rest of York Region and the GTA. Again, thanks to the other senior levels of government, we really would not be standing here today if it wasn't for the financial commitment of the provincial and federal government. We cannot do this on our own. I think municipalities have made the case that in order to deliver rapid transit, to deliver the type of infrastructure that our growing communities need, it cannot be done off of property taxes. We need the support of other levels of government, and I'm glad that the Yonge North Subway extension was highlighted once again this morning because we're excited about it. The Prime Minister was here in Markham on Friday and commented on the fact that we got him to sign a shovel, but really the federal government needs to be congratulated. I think we were the only G7 country that did not have a national transit strategy, and with the $15 billion specifically earmarked for transit and the $3 billion ongoing really speaks to that foundational support. And of course, provincially, with Premier Ford's transit plan, taking bold steps to deliver subways throughout the GTA. And I'm glad that the Yonge North Subway Extension, the most justified rapid transit project in all of the GTA, because we have the data to show it, is on that list and part of that system with 5 stations serving all of York Region. So I say thank you to all of our partners for their ongoing investment in our community. And thanks as well to everyone involved in this project. Minister Calandra certainly talked about the men and women that have been working on site despite all of the challenges. And to ButCon and their team, I really say thank you. And maybe they could just raise their hands, because you've done an amazing job with this project and trying to wrap things up for us. And I also want to acknowledge members of the York Region Rapid Transit Corporation. President Mary Frances Turner. When we talk and look at these projects, truly, anyone that's talked to Mary Frances for a short period of time knows the tremendous passion that she has about transit and making transit permeable, making it truly part of the community. This transit terminal, you take a look at Highway 7 and the bus rapid transit system across York Region and up Yonge Street and across Dravis Drive, it truly stands out. No one is building it better. And thank you to Mary Frances for her incredible leadership. So let's give her a hand and thank her. And to her incredible team, truly, we are fortunate to have great staff at the York Region Rapid Transit Corporation. So I'm not sure they're all here, but if they are here, just stick up your hand for a moment. I know they're all busy. Yeah, let's give them all a big hand. And in particular, I want to say thank you to Lisa Shepard, to Stuart Murray, to Annette Gray, to Michael Padags, and to Steve Hollinger, who've really, I'm going to say, roll up their sleeves. I mean, that'd be an understatement. I just thank you for your ongoing commitment, because you're pushing forward these projects, and certainly they're not without its challenges, particularly over the last couple of years. So congratulations to one and all. We're putting on the finishing touches on this transit terminal. In the next few weeks, we'll have an official handover when it doesn't become a construction site, and we won't be looking like this anymore, but the systems have to be initialized and prepared so that all of those transit systems can be integrated, and that the drivers are trained so everybody knows. Again, safety is always a priority for us. Everyone knows how the flow works and gets specifically trained for this terminal, so that they make it safe for themselves and for the passengers that they carry. So it will come live in late summer. And again, we do continue to face the issues with the pandemic, you know, the disruption to the supply chain. Once in a while, people not feeling well and not being able to show up for work, all of that's impacted. But we're going to get there. And today it's about celebrating a moment where we've made such great progress, and it'll be wonderful when this transit terminal is finally open for the community to enjoy. So with that, I'm going to ask both our ministers to come and unveil the sign, and I'm going to ask members of regional council and local council and members of the board to come in and join us as we mark near completion of the Cornell Transit Terminal. Thanks, everyone, and congratulations, one and all. questions at all from members of the media? Don't have any questions? Okay, so we'll get to the tour. And again, congratulations. Look forward to the Cornell Transit Terminal and welcoming our customers. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations. Oh, so I didn't know you were here. Hey, Paul. Gosh, I would have mentioned it. I just want to recognize Paul May, who just recently retired, although you wouldn't know it, but also a big support at York Region Rapid Transit.